Howdy, and welcome back to the channel. You got Digital Asset Hutch here, bringing you all the know about the digital asset and US economy space. And as you guys can tell from the title, we got another deep dive into an altcoin today. So if you have been enjoying the altcoin deep dives or you're a fan of XRP, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe, because we'll definitely be keeping our eyes on XRP in the future for a couple of reasons, and we'll dive into those a little bit later into the video. Let's go ahead and look at coin market cap. As you can see, they are ranked 6th in total market cap, coming in at $19.94 billion and currently trading at 39 cents. And what exactly is XRP, you might ask? Well, they are the digital asset for the XRP Ledger blockchain, and they want to be known as the fastest, cheapest, and greenest ecosystem around. So who are they kind of appealing to, you might ask? Well, they're trying to appeal to everyone. Every day, you and I, some financial institutions and developers and tech people, they're hoping individuals can use it as sending payments across borders, across the world. Institutions, maybe two currencies, they just join into XRP if they're trying to facilitate a trade of oil or something. And then developers, they're hoping, can build applications, which we'll show you an example of a little bit later. Now, I've told you that they want to be the fastest. How exactly fast do they want to be? Well, they're hoping that they can transact and settle those transactions in 3 to 5 seconds, and costing it at way less than a cent. I believe that is 2 to the thousandth or 2,000ths of a cent. For a transaction to send something. Now, they also say that they can handle 1,500 transactions per second, so you can expect that this network won't really ever get clogged. And they have over 150 validators around, which makes it pretty decentralized. Now, what is a validator? Because if you were from the last video, we kind of mentioned those as nodes. It's essentially a node, but XRP Ledger uses it as a validator, and it is a little bit different of a consensus protocol. So we did mention proof of stake and proof of work last time. This is kind of its own unique version of it. So with these validators, who can be ran by any university, exchange, businesses, or any individual like you and I, they essentially come to an agreement for the order and outcome of all of the transactions, and that takes place every 3 to 5 seconds. So that's how they get to the fastest and greenest blockchain, because essentially there's no competing like, Bitcoin, and then instead of randomly getting selected, they just kind of agree. So whoever has space or who can ever take it on will just get it. So why is it important that everyone in crypto pays attention to XRP? Well, they are in a fundamental case for cryptocurrency. Ultimately, the SEC is trying to claim that XRP, the digital asset of XRP Ledger and Ripple, is pretty much their own security, which is interesting, because if this does happen to be true and the judge deems that it is a security, this could be a domino effect for the rest of crypto, because then ultimately what would happen is they would have to register with the SEC, which is a timely and expensive process. So some of these blockchains could get wiped out with those fees. So where exactly are we in this case? Well, they're currently kind of at a standstill to see who exactly might, or if they will be giving a summary judgment. And what exactly are they trying to use to determine if it is a security? Well, that would be the Howell test, or Howey test. And that pretty much is broken into 4 different fields. And in order for you to be deemed a security, you have to check yes in all 4 of those boxes. So those boxes are you investing with expectations to make a return in this digital asset token, security, whatever you may call it? Was it made by someone? Are you investing it with money? Now, they are trying to get this changed, because they see in the cryptocurrency you could probably come into it with a stable coin. Now, is that stable coin really a dollar in money, in fiat? or you could also come into it with Bitcoin. So this is an interesting question that they are looking at, because also when you exchange into another security, is that not technically the same thing as if you exchange from a cryptocurrency? So this is what some of these lawmakers are going at right now. And then lastly, is the investment hinged on a promoter or a third-party enterprise, which is the main point that everyone is looking at, because this essentially means if you are a traditional finance person, is the IPO done underneath an underwriter, or did they have to go to a broker dealer, or think of your financial institution to sell their first token launch? So that's kind of what that Howey test is. So now that you guys understand that and those 4 points, there isn't really a clearing for when that date's gonna come. The best the US defense lawyer says is he thinks it will happen by the end of Q1 of 2023, but I've also heard them say that they thought it was going to come to an end at the end of last year. So no one really knows. I do want to highlight for you that it is interesting because Library, another sharing platform, was in a similar case, and actually they did just get a judge ruling that the LBC token was only considered a security at the direct sale. So I think this was important to highlight for us, because that is a good thing for XRP going forward, because if they do just deem it that the initial launch of it was a security, but now that we're using it to send payments to each other, we're using it to build on the XRP Ledger, I don't think you can consider that a security now, but maybe when they first launch it, you might be able to. So I can see how they came up with that ruling, and I definitely hope that that is the ruling for XRP. We won't talk about the prices of what happened afterwards, but I do suggest you go look at that chart. Now, another thing I wanted to highlight from what's going on in the case is that the SEC is trying to seal some of these documents. And just throughout my time, I've kind of learned is whenever someone is trying to seal a court case document, they're trying to hide something from the world. So what is the SEC trying to hide here? Because essentially, it's not looking good for them with what came out with FTX, and how FTX was talking with a lot of the US government workers to the point to where the US House is now investigating them. So now that we highlighted that, let's go into some use cases for XRPL or XRP Ledger. So you can go ahead and build and operate on it, kind of building up applications, which, like I said, we will cover one in a second after we get through this section. They also are looking to build NFTs and exchanges on their platform, as well as just using it as a wallet so you can store money whenever you are ready to pay people. You can just pull it out of that wallet instead of going and buying the token. They're trying to have games and web monetization, so whenever you create content, it's yours and no one can go and steal it. Also, they're trying to have people where if you wanted to make your own CBDC, which is just central bank digital currency, you could. It could be your own. And then ultimately custody. So that's kind of those overall segments. Now, a specific example would be this XRP Healthcare. So I'll get to their roadmap in a second, but what exactly is it? They're trying to bring transparency to the healthcare industry. So with some of the industry being legal in states and illegal federally, we won't go into what that is. This is a place where they can use a banking system to store money and send and receive payments, because right now the things that fall in that category can only be done with cash, so this would be a way that they can go online with it or on a chain. Now also, I did say transparency, so they are trying to eliminate the largest fraud market in the world, which is counterfeit medications. They're trying to eliminate that, as well as get rid of the counterfeit market entirely. And this can be done with that blockchain that is transparent, so you can essentially see who made that product, and then you can see which distributor it went to, and then if that distributor then gave it to like a pharmacist, you can see who all touched it, is what the goal of this ledger is. Now lastly, there is 2 stages, and one of the crazy ones I kind of thought when I was reading it is eventually they're trying to have a clinic in the metaverse, so you can come in and essentially be an anonymous client and then get counseling or therapy sessions from this clinic in the metaverse. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and I'll be interested to see who gives in and buys into that and who would be the first to test this out. Drop a comment below what you think about a metaverse healthcare system or metaverse healthcare clinic. I think it could be useful or interesting, but yeah, those are something I wanted to highlight for the white paper. If you wanted me to go ahead and take a deep dive into that 39 deck slide, drop a like and we'll make a video just on the XRP Healthcare. But here is their roadmap, as you can see. So we've already gone and created the token and seen the tokenomics and met the team. So you can go to their website, which I'll link in the description below. But if you guys did enjoy today's content, please drop a like and subscribe, and I hope you guys can stay safe out there. Bye bye.